Tackle junkies, what's going on, everyone? Really appreciate you guys and gals for clicking on the video. Now that I started the video, may not be the best area. We do have the highway like right behind you guys. You probably can hear the traffic noise. I wanted to fish this stretch because I've seen a whole lot of shad coming through here. Doing today's video a little bit different. Normally I just sit down and talk about gear. Today we're going to do an official review. These are the Ark Wes Logan rods. So official review, and I thought it'd be cool just because I see a lot of action, you know, on the surface. I wanted to fish, really didn't want to sit down and do the video. So I thought it'd be cool as I'm fishing to talk about the gear, and as we come up to an area where I want to switch rods, again, we'll talk about each rod, kind of like junk fishing basically. But maybe at the end we'll sit down and talk a little more face to face, but I just want to fish and we'll talk about what I like about the rods as I'm using them. So if you guys like this style of video, maybe we'll do this moving forward. Still got a bunch more rods that I'd like to get to this year. We'll just see how it goes. But if you guys like this style, let me know down below. If you guys are digging the videos, make sure you guys like the video. And like I said, if you want to see future videos, you don't want to miss them, make sure you guys subscribe and ring that bell. Let's go ahead and hop into it. The Ark Wes Logan Signature Series. This is the Sling Blade. This rod here is the one that you guys asked about the most. Michael has one as well. We both love it. Throwing a 1/2 ounce. That's the Ducket spinnerbait, 1/2 ounce. Love the color. I think it's called like Purple Sensei with this off-colored water. I like those white blades. Compact spinnerbait, Mustad trailer hook, little Rapid Fishing Solutions disc. Got a discount code for them and Mustad, which we'll put on the screen. Definitely check them out. But this rod here, man, this is a 610, medium heavy, but it's a regular action, so it's moderate. So you can see here, it is nice and soft, and I definitely like that softer action for my spinner baits. Really all of my moving baits, but I like the medium heavy power. So I got plenty of power to really get the fish out of cover. You know what I mean? You don't need a ton of power to set the hook with a spinner bait. The bait's already moving, right? So you have the momentum of the bait coming to you. All you really need to do is, you know, when they hit, just sweep away. The rod's gonna load and they're hooked. Like I said, you got that momentum coming to you. You don't need a super stiff rod to set the hook. But I just like a spinnerbait rod with a bit more power in case I'm around a lot of brush or maybe in the front of some lily pads or whatever. There's enough power in the rod to get them away from that cover. That's mainly what I look for in a spinnerbait rod. Plenty of power, but a nice soft action. And that softer action, it helps you cast too, a little bit more accurate, keep the bait low to the water, you know, right under those trees there. I mean, I love a softer action for my moving baits. And this one here is the actual spinnerbait rod. Like I said, it's a Sling Blade. A lot of 610s, even like 6.9s, some of those have faster actions. They're not really specifically designed for a spinnerbait, but when they have that moderate action, I feel it's the perfect, you know, spinnerbait rod. So a big fan of this one. Like I said, it's built for a spinnerbait. It's perfect for a spinnerbait. Absolutely love it. Let's see here, the weight rating on this particular rod is 1/4 to 1 ounce. So it'll handle a nice variety of spinnerbaits as well as, you know, pound test, 10 to 20 pound test. But again, that softer action just helps you do little roll casts, keep them low to the water, allows the fish to get the bait. I mean, this is like an awesome spinnerbait rod. And I would like to have another one of these on deck next year. You know, totally my style of a spinnerbait rod. This reminds me a lot of the Akuma TCS. That was a 6.9. This rod's got a bit more power to it. I still like to move pretty fast and stay into muddy water. Like I said, I think they can see those white blades a bit better. I may switch to a chrome later. I don't have any luck, but I just wanted to start out with this one here. And for the most part, man, you can throw a spinnerbait out, throw it out, reel it in. But I do like every so often to give a little twitch. I kind of like to imagine majority of the time when I'm fishing a bait that a fish is looking at it. So when they see change, usually that triggers a reaction strike. Now this reel, this is the Gravity, what's this one called? G2 Ark fishing reel, the only reel that I've used from Ark, and I've been pretty happy with it as well. It reminds me a lot of like a Lew's speed spool. I don't know what it's made out of, it didn't even look. But that's just kind of what it reminds me of, how it handles. Got plenty of control. Very compact, great caster. Just a good solid reel. I believe it's like $100. A very high, like high quality feeling combo. Love the cork, love the EVA. It's just put together very well. Nice looking rod, nice feeling rod. Like I said, really no issues with it. And for 150 bucks, I don't really think you can complain at all. Let's move on to the crankbait, but man, that's my kind of my review on the Sling Blade. I absolutely love it. Zero complaints. Like I said, I'd like to get another one in my arsenal, and like I said, big fan of it. This is the one you guys asked about the most. It has my seal of approval. Check it out, and I'll link them down below for you guys as well. All right, I might even have, I have to look, I might even have a discount code for you guys, but I'll look. If I do, I'll put it on the screen as well. Make sure you guys check out my friends over there at Boat Effects. Now, you young guys, you may not be thinking about this right now, but if you get a few years on you, you'll really appreciate a nice set of steps to enter and exit your boat, and Boat Effects has one of the best. They also make some awesome graph mounts. I have a couple here on my rig. I have videos on those, which I'll link down below as well. But guys, peace of mind these days means a lot. These graph mounts are lockable from head to toe. So now you can walk away from your boat and you don't have to worry about your gear getting stolen. On top of that, they come in a bunch of cool colors to match your rig. Guys, I have a discount code for Boat Effects. Code TJ81 will save you guys 10% off. I'll put it on the screen, link it down below. Definitely check them out. Let's go ahead and crank some rock up here. And if I didn't mention it, the line on that Ark Gravity G2, that was 15-pound Seaguar and VizX. On the cranking combo here, this is 12-pound Seaguar and VizX. And we'll go over why I have a little bit lighter line on this combo here. This is the Wes Logan. This is the Leatherman. It's his crankbait rod. He uses it for all his treble hook baits, and I believe he said he even uses it for underspins, okay? But it's a medium power with a regular action. So medium, so it's obviously it's not a medium heavy, so not quite the backbone that a medium heavy has, and it's a moderate action, okay? Regular or moderate, so it's nice and soft, okay? Again, that's what you're looking for in a cranking rod right there. Whether it be a medium or a medium heavy, you're looking for that moderate action. Again, just helps you fight and land the fish when you're dealing with little treble hooks, okay? Now, this is going to be, again, keep in mind, this is not a dig on this rod, okay? This is me being particular with my cranking rods and how I like to fish them. Obviously, this year, I've been trying all sorts of different rods, right? But if I wasn't doing that and I had my dedicated combos on deck for cranking, since you guys know that's my favorite thing to do, I would have 3 or 4 of the exact same combos. Years past, that was the Akuma, that was the Guide Select cranking rods, which I still use and love, but the Akuma Guide Select with zillion reels, just because that's how I love to fish. I like to have 3 or 4 combos on deck with the 3 or 4, different baits, and I'll just kind of, go through the baits throughout the day, okay? But when I'm doing something like that, I like all my combos to feel the same, all right? So that being said, I like a rod that I feel can do pretty much anything, okay? So as far as cranking goes, right? So this one here is like I said, it's a medium power. It loads at 1/8, maxes out at 5/8, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with a medium power rod. I've used plenty in the past, and I've even had some mediums like that Akuma that feel like a medium heavy, okay? That's what I like in a cranking rod. I like a medium heavy power with a moderate action, okay? This particular rod, like I said, is a medium, and it's more on the soft side. So it'll totally handle a 1.5 size, but I just like a bit more beef in my rod for that 1.5 size, okay? Even if I'm gonna throw like a DT6 or a DT10, I feel a medium heavy power rod handles it a bit better than like this particular one here. Not saying it won't, I just prefer that medium heavy power, okay? And of course, the moderate action. So for me, this wouldn't be a rod that I would have like 3 or 4 of these on deck, just because again, I'm looking for a bit more power. If I only wanted a rod that would handle a bit lighter crankbait, this would totally be it. Again, loading in an 1/8, you know, it loads up like this little Bandit here, super easy, and just a great caster for those lighter baits, those hard to throw crankbaits, flat sides, like I said, the Bandit, things that are a bit lighter. This rod is perfect, okay? So that's really all I got to say about it. It's a great cranking rod, but for me personally, and again, this is not a dig, me personally, I want a crankbait rod that I feel can do everything, and I feel this one's just lacking just a little bit of power. And again, a lot of that comes down to personal preference. You may use it and love it. I love it, but I like it more just for my lighter cranks or my more hard to throw cranks. For my 1.5s, I prefer another rod. So great cranking rod here. Just for me personally, it's a bit on the lighter side. If that's what you're looking for, you know, definitely try this one out, okay? It's definitely worth a shot, no doubt. It's a great rod. But I believe it's a true medium for sure. But you can see, man, I'm only running, that's 12-pound Seaguar and VizX, but you can launch a Bandit 100. Not saying they're a bad casting crankbait, but they don't cast as good as others, but there's no problem at all launching them with this combo right here. But just because it tosses lighter crankbaits so well, that's why on this particular rod, I'm running 12-pound Seaguar and VizX, you know, small diameter line, casts very well. And I'm running the Tatula 80, again, a bit smaller reel, a bit more compact. It just goes better with this combo. All in all, you have a super light feeling combo here. Again, very compact, great for those lighter crankbaits. Okay, before we hop into that 100K rod, just want to give you guys an example. This rod here, this is that Ducket 2.0 Jacob Wheeler. One of my last videos was a review on this rod here. And this is the kind of rod I'm talking about. Like this particular rod can handle those lighter cranks like those Bandits, flat sides, things like that. But it's got the power that I'm looking for. So this particular rod here, I wouldn't mind having 3 or 4 of these on deck with the same reel, because I know this particular combo can handle anything I'm going to throw, from lightweight lures to heavy lures, right? That's really all I was trying to get at with that particular cranking rod. Great rod, it's just on the light side for me personally. Now for the Wes Logan 100K rod, which is his swim jig rod. Guys, believe it or not, I've been trying to use this rod quite a bit here the last few weeks. And you may have noticed lacking videos the last couple weeks. I've been out, been taking this rod with me the last few times. Went to the ponds a few times, on the boat and all that. I just wasn't catching really any fish worth posting. A lot of smaller fish, but I did try this rod with quite a few techniques, from swim jigs to buzz baits. Threw some spinner baits on it as well. Even worked the bottom with it. Some little, I think I was throwing ribbon tail worms. Nothing but small fish, but it's definitely a very versatile rod. And something else that I'm going to say, and I said this before in one of my videos, this is a 7.5. For the most part, I am fishing pretty stained to muddy water, so I like a shorter rod just because most of the time I'm up shallow, I'm trying to be accurate, and I don't normally go with longer rods for that reason. But for whatever reason, this particular rod, maybe it's handle length, I'm not really for sure, it just has a much shorter feel in hand. Like I don't feel like I'm fishing with a 7.5. Typically, you know, 7 foot or 7.2. I know it's only a few more inches, but typically you can tell this one here feels like I'm using a shorter rod. It fishes short. So anyways, this one here is a medium heavy fast action, but the lure rating is 1/4 to 1 ounce. and I told you guys in the past, anytime a medium heavy maxes out at 1 ounce, or even the minimum is 3/8, usually that rod feels like a heavy power. This particular rod here, 1/4 to 1 ounce, feels like a medium heavy. It does not feel like a heavy, so it's nice having a medium heavy that can handle a bit more weight and still toss a 1/4 ounce lure, no problem, okay? So anyways, you can see here, 7.5, medium heavy fast. It's got plenty of tip to it, and I'm gonna say that's right on, medium heavy fast action, but still has plenty of tip. You want a bit of tip for your moving baits, whether you throw, you know, swim jigs on here. Something else I threw on here was little paddle tails, something like that. Moving baits, I like a bit of tip. Just allows the fish to get the bait. Buzz baits, but still has, there's not too much tip to where you can't work the bottom with it. It's still plenty sensitive. Like I said, I was throwing ribbon tails on and catching nothing but small fish, but it still worked very well. So overall, man, I'm a big fan of this rod just because it's very versatile. You know, you can throw swim jigs on it. This one here, I'm really liking here. This one is the Berkeley. That's the Finesse, little Berkeley grub on there. Been using this one a lot here recently, but the little Berkeley swim jig's great. I throw Kitex on here. Like I said, buzz baits, spinner baits. I mean, very versatile rod and a great caster as well. With that extra length, you get an extra long cast. That's another reason I went with the Tattoo Elite. It's known for a long casting reel. It's known to be a long casting reel. 15-pound Seaguar Invis. You can see here, it is a long caster. All right, I believe that's only, that could be 3/8. I believe it's only 1/4 ounce though, 1/4 ounce swim jig. Actually, I believe it is, just because I was throwing 3/8 at the ponds and I was getting snagged in all the grass, so I went to 1/4, and you can see, I mean, that's a dang good cast. But yeah, I just love this combo together here. This reel feels great on this rod. But it's definitely a really versatile rod. I like the extra length to get the distance for my swim jigs, for my buzz baits. But like I said, when I'm up shallow, I don't feel like I'm holding a super long rod. But yeah, man, if you're looking for a good swim jig rod, or really just a good versatile medium heavy fast, again, this is one you should definitely check out. Okay, big fan of it. Me personally, I'm probably going to keep a swim jig on it most of the time. I really did like it for buzz baits and a little Kitex, but for the most part, man, it's going to be a swim jig combo for me. You know, great caster. Well, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. That's the official review on the Ark Wes Logan Signature Series rods. Again, that was the 100K rod, the Leatherman, and the Sling Blade. Guys, definitely check them out. Like I said, for 150 bucks, you really can't go wrong. I'm digging them. You know, overall, guys, they're built very well. They look very nice. Nice components and all that. Again, for 150 bucks, I don't believe you can go wrong with them. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys wanna see more videos like this on the water, let me know. You know, I usually just sit down and talk to you guys about gear. It was kind of nice fishing and doing it at the same time. That way you guys can really see the gear in action. I know we didn't catch any fish, but at least we didn't catch any fish as of right now. I still got about another 4 or 5 hours out here, so hopefully I catch some fish, but I know there was none in the video. I know that matters to some of you guys. Some of you guys don't care. Anyways, if you liked the video, leave some feedback down below. And again, if you did like the video, smash that thumbs up. Love you guys, and we will see you guys on the next one.